This is my last press conference, and so I'm going to be a little bit long-winded. In January 2018, at our very first press briefing, I opened and asked the question, how do we together get St. Martin going again? That the task was going to be challenging at best, we knew. The team put together by MPs Heiliger, Westcott Williams, and Brownbill to govern the battered country had their work cut out for them in what was then already known would be a relatively short term in office. I said from the onset I was not interested in being more than a pinch hitter, and therefore did not take part in the February 26th election. And so here I stand at this last weekly press briefing on the first Leona Marlin cabinet, in which I proudly served as Minister of Finance. I take the opportunity to give an account of what has been accomplished as much as I can, make suggestions for items that still need attention, and express my appreciation for the support and assistance I have received. I start off by thanking Minister Lee and the Prime Minister, who talked to me briefly before we came in, for their words of thanks already. While this is goodbye as Minister, I have a feeling that wanted or not wanted, asked or not asked, invited or not, I will on occasion provide my 2 cents as Citizen Mike Ferrier when I think it's warranted. And so I ask your patience, as this may be a little bit long-winded, as I said, but believe it's the right way to close my tenure. Back at the start of this assignment, we knew that it was going to be quite a job after Irma, with hardly any money in the coffers and very little trust, if any, from our kingdom partner Holland, who in the meantime, back in November, had offered the generous amount of 550 million euros to help us out of the post-Irma mess, albeit with conditions. My marching orders were to get as much of those 550 million euros that were pledged as possible in the form of a grant, a gift, rather than a loan. Fast forward to April 16, 2018, when myself and the Prime Minister were in Washington to witness the signing of the agreement, we were able to get a firm commitment for 470 of the 550 million, or 85% of the total, in the form of a grant. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Back in January, government was facing a financial crisis, and unfortunately, it still does. Getting to actually spend the 470 million euros to bring relief to our people in dire straits would be a whole other story. First order of business was to get much needed liquidity support to keep government operational. By February 26th, State Secretary Knops and I were able to sign the first 50 million Gila liquidity support loan documents that provided St. Martin with a 0% interest, 30-year loan with no payments due for the first 5 years. That arrangement gave St. Martin some financial breathing space. From the onset, we expressed our desire to develop practical solutions in order to tackle the multiple overarching cross-ministries challenges, having been able to watch our predecessors function as if there were 7 different governments instead of one government with 7 different ministries. We, under the leadership of Prime Minister Leona Marlin, we made a commitment to not make that mistake, and I'm proud to say that in hindsight, the Leona Marlin Cabinet 1 succeeded to almost always deliver on that commitment. From the onset, we also realized that a lack of trust in the body politic of St. Martin by the Dutch government needed reversing, if not at least greatly improving. The return of mutual respect needed to be sought and massaged. I believe on this front, we're all well on our way, overlooking a few hiccups. On Tuesday, February 6, 2018, the Ministry of Finance of the Government of St. Martin organized a roundtable conference, Sustainable Financial Government, with the Netherlands, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the Committee for Financial Supervision of Curaçao and St. Martin, the CFT. The goal of this conference was to get all parties together and to have an open dialogue on the way forward to a financial sustainable St. Martin, and also how to achieve progress in bringing relief in the short term to our people. This last goal, unfortunately, is still a work in progress. From January to now, a tremendous amount of people hours has gone into learning the rules of engagement on all levels, and personally, I'm convinced that we're now closer to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow than we have ever been. Working together in the Council of Ministers to solve practical problems to ease the pain of our people, in spite of the acute lack of sufficient funds, has been truly inspiring. My respect goes out to many hardworking civil servants who I have come to know throughout the organization, and at the same time, it is my hope that the others will step up to the plate and realize that being able to serve the people and the public is a privilege. The budget 2018 was the big item on our to-do list, and it took our experts quite some doing to prepare it and then for us to defend it in Parliament and to the CFT, given that it is not a balanced budget. Just like 2017, our reality is that we had more expenditure than income. Thank goodness, because of the amazing half of an island's, thank God, because of this amazing half of an island's resilience, our deficit is lower than first feared, but the reality is we still have a serious financial challenge. But this is not rocket science. The faster we get the economy humming, the less dependent on outside help we will be. We need our airport back. We need our hotel rooms back. We need inexpensive loans to be made available to keep the doors open of proven businesses with good track records now in dire straits because of the post-Irma slowdown economy. We need to start a top-of-the-mind destination awareness campaign, letting the rest of the world know that we are well on our way back, so that come this Christmas season, except for some scars, it will be like it never happened. To this end, in an effort to seek additional funding besides the Dutch/World Bank Trust Fund, we are working with the central bank and have requested the CFT to give their advice on our idea to float a bond on short notice to help fund the above-mentioned very short-term goals.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Tell them, connecting you.
behalf of Lions Club, it's great pleasure and an honor to turn over the key to you. Believe me, when I read the story, how you got a ticket, it really touched my heart to know that you won the car. Seeing that you're going to school and you're still upgrading yourself, I hope that you will be an example for our young kids. I know your son also, we had a nice little chat just now, but believe me, you give me also the drive to continue doing and bettering myself also next time.
Thank you.
On behalf of us all, you enjoy the car and made it be something that you cherish for the rest of your life.
I said thank you to the Lord because my nephew brought the ticket and then he gave it to me, and then I appreciate very much for the acts what he did, and God know everything, and thank you to him and thank you to Lion Club. Continue to do the same for the need of the people.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, one big hand. Now let me open the door. You gotta open the door.
I need your correct name.
Sit inside. All right. Show how to start the car. He will tell you how to start it.
Is the solution. How much will the solution cost? If the finances were to be
You just have to hear customer. When you've done it, you're not going to hear anything like
for this solution
You got
Fellow community members, today it was great honor and a privilege to pass on the car to the winning lottery, the winner of this precious car, and her name is Preciosa. She won the car, and after so many months of difficulties due to the hurricane, finally today was the day that we could have passed on this car to the winner. We are glad for all the help and all the selling of the bingos that were bought that could help us to continue our projects in the future. Many people are asking already, when is the next car raffle? At this moment, I cannot say when. It will be probably in the future, but I don't know how near the future will be. But please continue to help us help our community. And that's the most important thing. We are doing this for the community, and every penny that we receive will go back to the community. So on behalf of the Lions Club, we thank you very, very much for both our fundraising, which was the bingo, which was a great success, and also the car raffle. I must say the car raffle picked up in the last week. Once we could have showed the car at Carrefour. I must thank also the management and staff of Carrefour for allowing us to use their front office or the front of the building for the past 2 weeks. It did a great it did a great job by us having us there, and it also helped us with the sales of the car raffle. To those on the other islands that partake it, I'm very glad and very pleased that you also saw the need to help. Remember, not everyone is a winner, but we all are winners because the money that was raised will be going out to our community.
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIP MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 Fun Mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of Fun Miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to my card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free fun miles with first use. Switch to my card today at WIB.
Fun miles, fun within your reach.
Tell them. Connecting you.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Stephanie Medina and I play football with the Walichi Women's Soccer team. I have represented St. Martin in many different games. For example, the Dutch Caribbean Women's Soccer Cup. I played against Bonaire, Aruba, and Curacao right here in this stadium. Sports matter to me because it makes me happy, it keeps me fit and healthy, and it is very fun. So I asked the business community to take on this challenge and help us rebuild our facilities. And I also asked the community to nominate the local businesses in your area and take on the challenge and step up for sport. Why? Because sports matter. Check out the Department of Sport Facebook page for more information. Hashtag sports matter, hashtag are you in?
All that has been said already. What I do want to do, however, is put what has been said in a particular context, and within the context of, if they would bring up my presentation, any minute now, within the context of small athletes and the big development agendas does climate matter. The truth is, what I want to say is this. Since last year, there have been lots of discussion about climate change in the Caribbean since 2017, and it spans right across the Caribbean. And there perhaps a discussion brings up two kinds of key questions. One, is last year an anomaly? Is it something that we are going to see again in our lifetime? And two, if it's not an anomaly, does it represent a new norm that is coming into place? And those are the kinds of questions, very appropriate questions. Why? Because right across our region is in the throes of either finalizing development plans for various countries, or actually in the beginning stage of implementing or development plans, usually with some kind of 2030 kind of goal linked to a sustainable development agenda. So it's a reasonable question to ask, within the context of these development plans, does climate matter? Well, I want to give the answer from the very outset. The answer is yes. And if you forget everything else I'm going to say in this presentation, just remember, yes, climate matters. And the truth, what I want to do in this presentation is give you 3 reasons why, in the context of development within small island states, climate matters. Here is the first of the 3 reasons. Remember, I say everything I say you've heard before. Climate matters within the context of socio-economic development. But this first reason, one, our climate has already changed. If you ask me as a scientist, how has our climate changed? You've heard it already. I would say remember 4 things. First of all, it has gotten hotter. Cedric showed you these maps. How hot have we got? How hot have we got? All of 1 degree since pre-industrial time. I say that again, all of 1 degree since pre-industrial. And I want to make a little bit, make a note of that. 1 degree. It may sound small, but that 1 degree translates into more hot days and certainly more hot nights. What does that mean for me and you? It translates for increasing our energy bill because we have to run that cooling device all through the night for more days of the year. Some has started earlier, some is getting longer. That's how time has changed. So it's not hotter. The second way I would say to you that you want to remember is that our rainfall has become way more variable. So again, Dr. Cedric showed you, in the mean, total rainfall has not increased. But what you want to notice is that 1 year the rainfall is up, next year it is down, next year it is up, next year it is down. And the variability of our rainfall is how we see the climate changing. Also, that changes the character and nature of rain. How does rain fall? Longer days of dry, and when it rains, it really rains. So, our rainfall has become more variable. Thirdly, we have higher sea levels. I'm using a very famous beach in Jamaica, the Great Beach, to make the point. How much sea level rise have we seen? 3.5 milliliters per year. Let me say that again, 3.5 milliliters per year. Well, what does that 3.5 milliliters per year translate into? This would easily have been, I think, Grand Pass Beach in the Trinidad. In 1971, that was where the beach was. This is where the beach is now. And it translates into the loss of beach. But we have seen higher sea levels. And the fourth thing I would tell you is that we have seen more extremes. So yes, we have seen that it has led to more and more stronger hurricanes. But we have also seen that in the last decade alone, this Caribbean region has experienced two major multi-year region-wide droughts. In 2010, again between 2013 and 2016.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
As we continue to rebuild our economy during this period of recovery and renewal, I would like to convey that while the pursuit of higher annual rates of economic growth is a necessary and worthy objective, it must be consistent with sustainable economic development goals. The promotion of economic growth is viewed as the most optimal avenue to increase national incomes and wealth, thereby reducing poverty levels, improving living standards, and hence fostering economic development. However, we must continue to be strategic and ask ourselves whether the process towards achieving higher economic growth and sustained economic development sufficiently incorporates the inevitable impact of climate change. The lessons of last year make it imperative that we forge full speed ahead, and in doing so, making the impact of climate change on the environment a critical component of the Sustainable Economic Development Strategy of St. Martin. I will now turn my attention to the link between climate change and economic development. Economic development may be defined as the process of the sustained advancement of the economic, social, spiritual, and political well-being of a country's citizens. This definition is deliberately wide in scope, reflecting the process of achieving a holistic improvement of the populace, which includes not only economic and social progress, but also, more importantly, environmental protection. The impact of climate change on our domestic economy, and by extension, the scope of economic development, is a multifaceted, complex, and costly issue that requires collective buy-in and ongoing support. The international community has reached consensus some 3 decades ago on the need for a strategic and comprehensive approach to address environmental protection, while at the same time fostering economic growth and development. But progress has been slow. This approach, previously reflected in the United Nations MDGs, is now to be achieved through the implementation of the UN's SDGs. It is my understanding that St. Martin is currently in the process of further refining its development agenda in accordance with the SDGs announced by the UN in 2015. An examination of the 17 SDGs, which cover a broad range of social and economic development issues, indicates that climate change and environmental protection are encapsulated in many of them. This is by no means a coincidence. The world has recognized for some time that the importance of environmental protection as a central feature to realizing economic progress and the sustainability of a country's development.